That's the famous 1967 Patterson Gimlin film, and if you ask a Bigfoot enthusiast, they might tell you that that's proof positive of the elusive Humboldt County Sasquatch.
But ask a scientist and they will tell you that it's probably just some chump in a gorilla suit, and here is why.
Whether we're talking Sasquatches, Yetis, skunk apes, the Russian Almasty, the Chinese wildman, or the Cherokee Sulkaloo, there's no denying the majesty of the Bigfoot myth.
Because hey, who doesn't want to believe that there's a secretive, peaceful species of bipedal hominid living undisturbed in whatever wilderness we humans haven't ruined yet?
It's a wonderful story, and if you want to believe badly enough, there's no shortage of quote-unquote evidence out there. And more to the point, it's a plausible story. After all, 9-foot Gigantopithecus hominids roamed the earth in prehistoric times. Gorillas exist to this day.
So maybe they thrive in a secluded wilderness and scientists simply haven't proven their existence yet.
As noted skeptic Michael Shermer pointed out in a 2003 essay for Scientific American, the gorilla, giant panda, and Komodo dragon are all examples of animals that from a Western scientific vantage point existed only in folklore until the late 19th and early 20th centuries.
But this is the 21st century, and while biologists continue to classify new organisms, none of them are 9-foot-tall mountain apes. Let's see what sort of Sasquatch evidence we really have.
For starters, we do have a lot of video and photo evidence, only none of it's any good. You've got your vague, herky-jerky footage, you've got your outright hoaxes, yet even in an age of unprecedented digital photography and surveillance, nothing convincing has risen to the top.
We also don't have tracks. According to the late skeptic Michael Dennett, the plaster cast of supposed Bigfoot footprints vary so much in shape and configuration that they point to the work of independent pranksters.
So what about a Sasquatch body? In order to classify a new species, you really need a holotype, a single physical example of the organism. And since that North Georgia Bigfoot in a cooler thing didn't work out, Sasquatch hunters have yet to produce one.
Which leaves us with DNA evidence. While skunk ape hunters haven't ponied up any bones, there are a few souvenirs here and there, a Yeti skull cap and some tufts of animal hair found on a tree. What happens when we apply modern scientific scrutiny to these samples?
Well, in the case of alleged Yeti hair samples examined by Oxford University geneticist Brian Sykes, you find a genetic match to an ancient polar bear.
Meanwhile, Texan veterinarian Dr. Melba S. Ketchum contends that her research team's 5-year genome sequencing study of 122 alleged Bigfoot DNA samples points to a hybrid species that split from Homo sapiens with an unknown hominid 13,000 years ago.
Ketchum's study, however, was not peer-reviewed and is the only study ever published by the previously non-existent De Novo scientific journal.
Critics charge that Ketchum's samples were likely contaminated when inexperienced evidence gatherers introduced their own DNA onto the animal samples via a simple sneeze or cough.
A lot of this comes down to the split between zoology, the scientific study of animal life, and cryptozoology, the pseudoscientific study of animals unproven to exist. As a science, zoology begins with the assumption that a new idea is false, then applies the rigors of scientific method to test the idea and abandon it if it doesn't hold up.
However, cryptozoologists begin with the assumption that creatures like the Sasquatch must exist, contaminating any scientific rigor applied afterward. That's why, as skeptic Daniel Loxton points out, true scientists will abandon a disproven theory, while the Bigfoot researcher inevitably presses on undeterred.
So what about you? Do you believe in cryptids like the Sasquatch or the Yeti?
Or is it just part of the anti-Bigfoot conspiracy? Let us know in the comments below, and to keep the videos coming, make sure to subscribe.
So what about you? Do you believe in cryptids like the Sasquatch or the Yeti?
Or is it just part of the anti-Bigfoot conspiracy? Let us know on Facebook and Twitter, and make sure to check out StuffToBlowYourMind.com.